Guys, until now you have learned how electron transport chain is involved in the movement of the electrons from one complex to the other complex, and how this movement in turn leads to the pumping of the protons from the matrix of the mitochondria. So, and also how at the end of the ETC you get water, because oxygen is present as the terminal carrier, and it receives the electron and make water. So, is this all? Is this all what ETC is doing, that electrons are moving, protons are pumping, and water is being formed? I think no. Our main goal here is to get the ATP, and in this topic we will talk mechanistically that how the pumping of protons, movement of electrons ultimately leads to the synthesis of what we say the ATP. This coupling of ETC with the synthesis of ATP is also termed as the chemiosmotic theory. According to chemiosmotic theory, what happens that a proton gradient which is formed, if you see this animation here, you can see that there are proton gradient which is much more protons are there as compared to in the matrix, and this happens because of the pumping up of protons, which happens in turn because of the electron movement. Now, this proton movement is involved in the synthesis of ATP through an other complex enzyme, the ATP synthase. The proton gradient acquire, because this proton gradient there is so much potential energy in this protons. This potential energy then is used for the formation of ATP through the activity of ATP synthase. So, now you have learned that how through different complex and sophisticated reactions the movement of electrons leads to the synthesis of ATP at the end of the day. Now, let us revise it a little bit, so that you can revise the whole process of electron transport chain and its coupling with the ATP synthesis, because it is very important for you to learn. So, you know the mitochondria is the main organelle in which all the reactions of the electron transport chain takes place. It is a very unique organelle. One of the feature of the mitochondria is that it is compartmentalized, and this compartmentalization of it is in a way that it has some inner and outer compartments, and because of the difference in the inner and outer compartments, there is you can make use of that differences to carry out reactions as complex as the electron transport chain. The electron transport chain is embedded in the inner mitochondrial membrane. It is composed of 4 complexes: complex 1, complex 2, complex 3, and complex 4. The movement of the electrons which are coming from different molecules of the metabolic pathway, the movement of these electrons then lead to the pumping of the protons, क्योंकि energy देती है movement. ये pumping of the protons then create a gradient of protons, and this gradient of protons then help, because it has potential energy. That potential energy is then used in the synthesis of ATP through the agency of ATP synthesis. So, let us ask question from ourselves. आप जब ये questions अपने आप से करते हैं, तो यही साइंस को समझने का बेहतरीन तरीका है. Science is nothing but questioning. I have been seeing you repeat. What actually caused the proton gradient? What led to the formation of the gradient of the protons, that there are more protons on one side than the other? What caused? किस तरह प्रोटॉन ग्रेडियंट ने एटीपी की सिंथेसिस में हेल्प की। हमने ये देख लिया कि किस तरह प्रोटॉन ग्रेडियंट बने, हमने पीछे बात की है, बट now the proton gradient is formed, how it helped in the synthesis of the ATP, what factor really led to the synthesis of ATP through this gradient. What could be the role of oxygen here? Very important. Oxygen was there, it was taking the electron, it's giving rise to water formation because it was taking the electron. But after getting reduced, what else it did? What is its really benefit of using oxygen here? Is it all that water is formed? A little bit far-fetched question, but now what we are learning about other parts of the universe, maybe there is life somewhere else too, not only on Earth. Maybe there are certain planets which might have be life. From whatever you have learned about ATP synthesis to ETC and this chemiosmotic theory, can you think of life on other planets by really pondering on this whole process of ATP synthesis? Can you think that somehow maybe life also be present in any other planet? Maybe there is same machinery or different machinery. Think about it. It may not look very important question at this moment, but let me tell you, you can write it. It is going to be the field of future very soon.